Happy Sunday, everybody. Alright, we have another knife to start on this morning. This is not really a custom design, but it's an old design that I've seen years ago somewhere. I don't remember where I saw it. A few companies used to make this. They seem to be non-existent anymore. Fella sent me a picture, so we're going to make one. Now, this is not a direct copy. I didn't print it and copy it like that. I drew it out with these high-tech tools right here. And scrap the poster board. I'll show you the original picture of it on the screen here. That one right there is called the High Desert Harpoon. Sportsman knife. Whatever that means. Anyway, that's what we got to make. Now, the specs are on there, on the description of that one. Get the camera moved down. Show you what I came up with. Very similar, not exact. Hang on, we'll get the camera right in a minute. Alright, overall length, should have wrote it down. 9.5 inches. The blade is 3.5 inches. Okay, it's got a sharp finger guard right there, finger catch, which makes it look like a harpoon. Thumb studs, and a relatively small handle. It didn't have the handle size, so this one is right at 1 inch. This looks about right. I think it'll be just fine. Now this one will have hickory scales. And this diamond point here, that's your handles right there. This is exposed metal with a lanyard cord. This is exposed here. And we'll take the micro maker's mark that I have, and it'll go right in here somewhere. And there we go. That's what it's going to look like. Now, steel. This is thicker steel than what the original was made out of, was what the customer wants. This is 3/16 high carbon. I think it's 1095. I thought it was 1084. 1095. Good stuff. Pretty hefty. So we're going to cut this out and get us a good pattern made. Transfer it here. Take it to the bandsaw. Go ahead and get it cut out. Ground down to shape. And go from there. Finally got it warm in here so I can do something. Alright, I got the steel cut out and roughed. Starting to get it to shape. Now here's our pattern. Lay our pattern on top of it. Always leave it a little bit big, because you can take a little bit more off, but you can't put a little bit back on. Just like woodworking, no difference. Or anything you do. Alright, now it don't have to be exact, but we want it pretty close. We want this hook to be a little bit more defined, pronounced, whatever some of them big words are. Want to look a little bit more like that, what I'm saying. Okay. Now this part I'm taking out by hand with the Dremel tool, so it's pretty slow going, but that's okay too. Now we're going to have a bevel grind up through here, so we don't want to get this too awful thin. Just have to be done a little bit at a time. On the handle there's not much, just a little bit. Whoop. Now we'll probably just keep that like it is until we put the handles on the scales. Then adjust it down from there. Because that feels pretty good once the handles get on. Take that out. And we can go ahead and locate our pins, our lanyard. Let's see, we'll have one right about here. And we'll just, in between, that's about center. And these will be brass pins, like that. And then this will be beveled up. Ideally, this knife I think should be no more than an 1/8 inch thick steel. Would serve just as well. But that's what the man wants. That's what he's gonna get. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be all cool. Okay, let's hook it back up in the vise and get the Dremel out and start nibbling this out here. We'll look at it again here in just a minute. Then we'll get our holes drilled. Alright y'all, we got our bevels ground. Looks really good. Now before we sand and get ready for a heat treat, let's cut in our thumb studs. Get those marked out. Rough marks where we want them at. They'll be eyeballed in there like that. Set up over here in the vise. Let's go ahead and do it over here. Okay, take our triangle file. This has to be done before heat treating while the steel is still soft. Thumb stud, match strike. The internet word is jimping, which I've never heard that, but well, I've never called it that. But don't matter what you call it, it's a thumb stud. Keeps your thumb from sliding up on the blade. A little bit of grip. That's what it is. File it in until it looks right. Okay, that looks good. It don't have to be exactly on these lines. I'll take my thumb, line up this edge of the file with that edge of the cut. Just like that. Rock the file back and forth just a little bit. Look, see if you're about the same, which we got to go down some more. That's good right there. Same thing on the next one. Turn your file if you want to. And this is a pretty, almost new file, so it's very sharp. Like that. The original, that was 5, so we're going to do 5. Show what they look like when we get done. Alright, there's our thumb stud filed in. That's what it's for. Give you some grip right there. Alright, let's put our maker's mark right here. Sand it off good. Then we'll go off to heat treat and tempering oven, and that'll be it for today. We'll call this part 1. Alright, maker's mark etched in. Blade is sanded down. Looks very nice. Now we're going to go out to the forge, do the heat treat, let it cool, wash it good, tempering oven, and we'll pick it back up tomorrow in part 2. Well, I'll show it to you going into the tempering oven. Alright, heat treat is done. Getting ready to go in the tempering oven. Now once in a while we will get a forged finish that is just absolute gorgeous, which is better than a gun blued finish or any other finish. Now after heat treat we'll see. This may be a candidate right here. Excuse me. This one come out of heat treat very, very nice. But we need to put it in the tempering oven, temper it, get it where it needs to be, and we'll look at it again. And that will be in the morning. There it goes. Oven's already hot. 1 hour, and we'll see what it looks like. That'll do it for this one. Thank y'all very, very much for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll see y'all on part 2.